Exam 3 review. All right, let's get right into it. Our first problem here wants us to choose all the expressions that are equivalent to 3 times 2x plus 6. So what we're going to do here is distribute. So take that 3 and multiply it to all the numbers inside. So 3 times 2 gives me 6x plus 3 times 6 gives me 18. So my goal is to pick any of these answer choices that are the same as 6x plus 18, which would be this bottom one here. If I distribute on this one here, I get 18 plus 6x, which is the same thing, it's just in a different order. This first one and this fourth one are not equivalent. Now, if I combine like terms here and I do 2x plus 2x plus 2x, I get 6x. And if I do 6 plus 6 plus 6, I get 18, which means this second one is also equivalent. Again, here's another one just like it but with different numbers. So let's take that 4, distribute it to everything in here. I get 8x plus 8. So again, this bottom one. Let's check this one here. So 2 times 4 is 8x plus 8, which is also the same, so that one works. Here I have 8 times x times 4 plus 2. That won't work. This one up here will give me 8x plus 2. I'm looking for that plus 8, so this one also won't work. Let's try this one here. I have 2 plus 2 plus 4, which is 8. 2 plus 2 plus 4 again, which is 8. So this one will also work. So here I'm looking for 3 answers. Alright, Melissa found a shirt that had a 30% markdown on it. If the price of the shirt is represented by X, how much does the shirt cost? Excluding tax, select all that apply. So since this is a 30% markdown, we are doing 1 minus that 30%. But remember, your percent needs to change to a decimal. So 30% as a decimal is 0.3, so I'd have 1 minus 0.3, which would be down here. I have 1 minus 0.3. And 1 minus 0.3, if I were to simplify that, I'd get 0.7, which would be this one here. So those are the 2 answer choices that would work for this problem. Alright, which method can be used to find the final price of an item with cost X when a 16% discount is applied? Select all that apply. Alright, well, it's a 16% discount, right, which means that if I want to, I can do 1 minus 0.16, which is 16% as a decimal, which would give me 0.84, which is what we did on that last problem. So this one would work. Or if you think about it, when we were solving problems in the past, I told you to always take your percentage and multiply it to your whole number, then subtract it, right? Because it's a discount, so we're subtracting. So I could find 16% of x, then subtract it from x. Both of those would work. Alright, Tamara and Tracy both get paid an equal hourly wage of $15 per hour. This week, Tamara made an additional $52 in overtime. Select the expression below that represents the weekly wages of both if X is the number of hours Tamara worked and Y is the number of hours Tracy worked. Okay, so they both earn $15 per hour. Right, so I have 15x and 15y, and Tamara made an extra $52 in overtime. So that $52 that Tamara makes, this is adding to however much total money they make, right? I'm going to add both of however much money they make together plus this extra $52 that Tamara earned. So if I look at all of my answer choices, here is one that looks exactly like the expression I wrote. Now for the rest of them, I need to distribute and see if I get the same thing. Now notice that I have all plus signs in this expression, which means that if I change a plus sign to a minus sign, those are not the same. So this one here with that minus sign, not going to work. This second one here with that minus sign, not going to work. Same thing with this third one. Now this fifth one here, if I distribute, I get 15x plus 15y plus 52. So this one works. And down here I get 15x plus 52 plus 15y. So this is the same thing, it's just in a different order. So those 3 are the ones that I want to pick. Alright, a rectangular building has a length L and a width W. A scale model of the building is constructed that is 26 times smaller. So 26 times smaller as the original building. Which of the following expressions represent the perimeter of the scale model? Select all that apply. Okay, well, remember when you are finding your perimeter, you have your length times 2 plus your width times 2, right? Because I have length times width, or plus width, sorry, you're adding all of these together. Now, if it's 26 times smaller, that would mean my scale factor is 1 over 26, okay? So I would have 1 over 26L, 1 over 26L, 1 over 26W, and 1 over 26W, which means if I were to take all of these and add them together, that would give me my perimeter. So this first one up here is one of the options. Now I have 2 of each of these, right? I have 2 W's and I have 2 L's. So if I were to only write them once and multiply both of them by 2, that would also work. And if you were to take this and distribute it, meaning I took that 2 and multiplied it by 1 over 26, I would get 1 over 13, which is why this one down here is also one of the correct answers. Now notice that both of the answer choices with the whole numbers we did not pick, so don't pick those. And this one on the bottom, that's only 2 of the sides. You're missing the other 2. Alrighty, the original price of a dress is $49.99. Jackie buys the dress when it is on sale for 10% off. 2 weeks later, Maddie buys the dress when it is on sale for $20. How much more did Jackie spend than Maddie on this dress? So here what we need to do is figure out how much did Jackie spend versus how much Maddie spent. So the dress was $49.99 for both of the girls. However, Jackie got it 10% off, so I'm going to multiply this by 0.10, which is 10% as a decimal, and Maddie got it for 20% off, so I'm going to multiply this by 0.20, which is 20% as a decimal. Now if you type this into a calculator, you will get $4.99, and if you type in what Maddie spent in a calculator, you will get you will get $9.99. Okay, now to figure out how much more Jackie spent than Maddie, I need to take those 2 answer choices and I need to subtract them. Sorry, I'm clicking the wrong one. I need to take these 2 numbers and subtract them. So $9.99 minus $4.99, which gives me $5. So Jackie spent $5 more on the dress than Maddie did. Alright, Octavia bought a new suit for a job interview. The suit was originally $298 plus 6% sales tax. Octavia got it on sale for 30% off. Assuming the store rounds to the nearest cent, which of the following are true? Select all that apply. So the first thing I want to do is read through these answer choices. So the first one says that the suit is $268, not including tax. Well, that's not true because it says the suit was originally $298, so I'm not going to pick A. C says that the price of the suit is $221.12, including tax. Octavio saved $208. The price of the suit is $208.60, and the price of the suit is $214.60, not including tax. Okay, so let's go through and let's figure out how much he saved. It says that the suit was originally $298 plus a 6% sales tax. Okay, so I want to figure out how much the suit is on sale. So I'm going to take that 298 and multiply it by 0.3. So I'm just typing that into a calculator, 298 times 0.3. And that gives me $89.40. So this is how much the suit is on sale for. Okay, so Octavia saved $89.40, not including tax. That is how much he saved. So to figure out how much the actual suit is, let's take that $298 and subtract it from $89.40. So again, I'm just going to type that into a calculator. So $298 minus $89.40. And when I do that, I get $208.60. So the price of the suit is $208.60, not including tax. Now let's figure out how much the suit would be with tax. So I'm going to take that $208.60, multiply it by the tax, which is 6% as a decimal. So 208.6 times 0.06 is $12.52. Let's take that tax and add it to the price of the suit on sale. C2, 1. So he's paying $221.12 with tax. So those are the three answer choices we want to pick: B, C, and E. Alrighty, Freddie deposited $200 in a bank. The bank paid him interest compounded quarterly at the rate of 5% per year. How much money will he have in his account at the end of 6 months? So this is tricky for two reasons. One, because it's being compounded quarterly, so we're going to use iPert, but we're going to have to use it multiple times. Now, I don't know what I is, but I know my principal is 200. My rate is 5%. Now my time, this is where it gets tricky. If I take 6 divided by 12, that gives me 0.5. I need to divide 0.5 by 2 because I am compounding it twice. Okay, because compounded quarterly means every 3 months. Okay, so I'm going to take 0.25 and I'm going to divide that by 2, which is going to give me 0.25. So this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to type all that into my calculator. So 200 times 0.05 times 0.25, and that is going to give me $2.50. Now let's add that to my principal. So I have $200, 2 cents, and 50 cents, and I'm going to compound this again. Everything else is the same except now my principal is different. And then let's type this into my calculator. And when I do this, I will get $2.53. So I'm going to take this 253 and add it to 250. And when I do that, I will get $205.03. So $205.03. Alice puts $500 in a bank account. The account each year earns 4% simple interest. How much money will be in her bank account at the end of 6 months? So again, using iPert, I have I is equal to 500 times my simple interest as a decimal times 0.5. Now the reason why I'm doing 0.5 is because it's over 6 months, but remember time is always in years. So 6 months is half of 1 year, which is why I'm doing this 0.5. Again, type that into a calculator. So 500 times 0.04 times 0.5 is going to give me $10. So I need to take that 10, add it to my 500 to get $510. Alright, Franny is buying a new coffee table that is 45% off. The original price of the coffee table was $187. Which option gives the best estimate for the price after the discount? So anytime you have a percent and a number, you want to multiply them together, but remember to change your percent to a decimal first. So I'm going to take that 187 and multiply it by 0.45. And this is going to give me $84.15, which is how much she is saving. So I'm going to take that 187 and I'm going to subtract it from $84.15. And when I do 187 in my calculator minus 84.15, I get $102.85, which means the closest would be $105. So she'd spend around $105. Alright, Grant is purchasing a new bike that is 30% off. The original price of the bike was $263. Which strategy can be used to find a reasonable estimate for the final price? Okay, well 30% is really close to 1/3, right? So I don't want to pick either of these options that say 1/2. Now 263, is very close to 260, so we're going to find 1/3 of 260. And then since the bike is on sale, right, because it's 30% off, we want to subtract. So we want to find 1/3 of 260 and then subtract. Alright, Yumi is shopping for new workout clothes. He picks up a shirt for $15 and 2 pairs of shorts for $12 each. With his total with tax is $41.26, which equation helps him determine the tax rate. Alright, so he pays $15 for his shorts and 2 pairs of shorts that are $12 each. So 15 plus 12 plus 12. Okay, that's where they get this 39. That's where that 39 is coming from. And to figure out which equation will help him determine the tax, remember you need to take that 39 and multiply it by your tax and then add them together. So I would take 39 and add it to whatever 39 times my tax is, which would give me my total. Now since I don't know what my tax is, I'm going to let X represent my tax, which would be this answer choice here. So at 39 times X. Ginny bought a new dress. The original price was $75. The dress ended up being on sale and its new price was $52.37, which equation helps her figure out the discounted percentage. So I apologize. These instead of 65 should say 75. Let me just rewrite these. So this one is very similar to the problem that we just did. The price of the dress was $75. It was discounted, so here instead of adding, we want to subtract. Okay, so we're going to be subtracting the price from the dress. So my dress is $75. I'm subtracting 75 times my discount, which means I would be doing 75 minus 75x. Gil has a summer job and earns $9.32 per hour. 1 week he works 16 3/4 hours. He deposits $150 in a bank account and uses the rest of his money for raffle tickets. Each raffle ticket costs 50 cents. How many raffle tickets can Gil buy? Okay, well he makes $9.32 per hour, so let's multiply that by the number of hours he works, so 16 3/4. So let's multiply that in a calculator. 9.32 times 16 3/4. So this tells me that he made $156.11. He's depositing $150 in the bank, which means he has $6.11 left over. If each raffle ticket is 50 cents, I'm going to take that $6.11 and divide it by 50 cents. Okay, so I have $6.11 divided by 50 cents, which is going to tell me that he can buy 12 tickets. Now technically when I divide that I get 12.22. However, you can't buy 0.2 of a ticket, right? You can only buy 12 tickets because you don't have enough to buy a 13th. So he can only buy 12 tickets here. Alright, James charges a flat amount of $10 plus $2.50 to cut his neighbor's grass. If James takes 3 hours to cut his neighbor's grass, the neighbor pays him with a $20 bill. How much change does James need to give his neighbor back? Okay, so he charges $10 plus $2.50 per hour, and it takes him 3 hours to cut the neighbor's grass. So I have 10 plus $7.50. So he should be paid $17.50 to cut his neighbor's grass. Now the neighbor hands him a 20, so I'm going to do 20 minus $17.50, and when you subtract that, you will get $2.50. So $2.50 is what he should get back, or that's how much change he owes his neighbor, $2.50. Bentley has $30 in his wallet and $297 in his savings account. He needs to make a withdrawal to purchase a new computer monitor. He doesn't want to spend more than 1/3 of his total cash from his wallet and his savings on this purchase. Which answer gives the best estimate Brandon should withdraw? Okay, well, 297 is very close to 300, right? So if I take 300 and add it to 30, I get $330. Now to find 1/3 of that, all I need to do is take 330 and divide it, not by 30, by 3, which will give me $110. Now 100 is very close to 110, so Bentley should withdraw around $100 for his new computer monitor. RJ is at a restaurant, and his bill is $20. He wants to leave a 20% tip and determines that the total after the tip is $100. Is the tip he calculated reasonable? Why or why not? Well, okay, first of all, no. Okay, it is not reasonable. You should never spend, if you have a bill that's $20, never give your waiter an $80 tip, right? That's way more than you paid for your own food. So the tip should be, the tip should be 1/5 of the price, not 5 times. Okay, your tip should be smaller than the amount that you paid for your actual food. Silva is planning to take a trip. The cost of a plane ticket is $540. She earns $16 an hour and has already saved $125. Which of the following inequalities shows the number of hours H Silva should work in order to buy her ticket? Okay, well, she earns $16 an hour, so I need to have 16 and H next to each other. And she's already saved this 125. Now, if you notice here, sorry, again, this should say 125 on both of these. The only difference is the direction my inequality sign is facing. Now, if this left side is smaller than $540, I don't have enough for my plane ticket, right? If I have $539, I cannot buy my plane ticket, which means I need this left side to be equal to, if not bigger than, that 540. All right, Henry has $230 to be used only on his car. He wishes to save $160 of his money and spend $24.95 on an oil change. Henry knows that gas costs $3.81 per gallon. Which answer shows how many gallons of gas G he could buy? Select all that apply. Okay. Well, he has $230 and wants to save $160. Right, so if I do 230 minus 160, let's see, 230 minus 160, this gives me $70. And he spent $24.95 on an oil change. So if I take 70 and subtract it from $24.95, I will get $45.05. So this is how much he has left to spend on gas. So this one works because I have the price per gallon, and he can't spend more than this $45.05. Now, if you were to solve this and divide both sides by that 3.81, you will get 11.82, which is why this bottom one works. And then if you take all those steps that we just did and write them in an equation, you will get this one here. Okay, so we took that 160, and if we add all three of these together, we'll get 230, which is how much he has total. So those three are the answer choices we want to pick here. All right, 4 students are going on a trip. Each student needs at least $2,000 for the trip. Each student writes an inequality that can be used to determine the number of weeks X that the student will need to save up for the trip. The inequalities are shown in the table. Which of the following students wrote an inequality with the solution of X is greater than or equal to 12? Select 2 that apply. So here we're just going to solve this. Let's do Peter. 50x plus 1400 is greater than or equal to 2000. Subtract the 1400. This goes away. I have 50x is greater than or equal to 600. Divide both sides by 50. This goes away. X is greater than or equal to, this is 112. Oh, I see what I did here. Okay, perfect. So Peter works. I'm going to switch colors and let's do Linda. So I have 250x plus 1000 greater than or equal to 2000. When you subtract 1000 from both sides, I have 250x is greater than or equal to 1000. Divide by 250. 1000 divided by 250 is 4, so Linda will not. And let's do Rhea. So 10x plus 1200 is greater than or equal to 2000. Subtract 1200 from both sides. I have 10x is greater than or equal to 800. Divide by 10. X is greater than or equal to 8. Rhea is a no-go. And the very last one, let's check here, Harriet. So I have 150x plus 200 is greater than or equal to 2000. Subtract 200 on both sides. I get 150x is greater than or equal to 1800. Divide by 150 on both sides. And x is going to be greater than or equal to 12. So Harriet and Peter here are the correct ones. Alan has a $200 budget to spend on a graduation party for his son. He has already purchased $122 worth of drinks and party supplies. He wishes to buy chicken, pizza, or subs for the main course. Prices, not including tax, are shown below. With Alan's budget, which of the following could he buy? Select all that apply. So this is a long problem. Okay, we need to do essentially 3 different equations here. So he's purchased $122 worth of stuff, and he can only spend a total of $200. So 200 is total, so that's going on one side. And he spent $122 worth of stuff, plus if he were to buy chicken, it would be 1.1x, because it's it's $1.10 per piece of chicken. So we need to solve this for x. So let's subtract 122 on both sides. 200 minus 122 gives me 78, and that is equal to 1.1x. Divide both sides by 1.1. This will go away. I'm going to type 78 divided by 1.1 in my calculator. And when I do that, I will get 70.9 equals x. So remember, you cannot buy 71 pieces of chicken because I don't have enough to pay for that last piece of chicken. So he can buy 70 pieces of chicken. Alright, now let's switch up colors here and do pizza. So we're going to do the same exact equation, but instead of having that 1.1, we're going to do 11.75x. Again, we're going to do the same thing. 78 is equal to 11.75. Divide by 11.75. Type that into a calculator. So 11.75. When you do that, you get 6.6 equals x. So he cannot buy he can only buy up to 6 pieces of pizza, right? Because you can't buy just half of a pizza. They don't sell them that way. And if you look here, neither of these answer choices will work for pizza because both of these are larger than the amount that we have. So pizza won't work. Now let's check subs. Okay, I'm going to just do 78 is equal to 680x because that first step we do is going to be the same. I'm going to be left with 78. And I'm going to divide both sides by 6.8. So I'm going to type in 78 divided by 6.8, and this is going to give me 11.47 feet of sub. So I can buy 9 feet because that's less than that, and I can also buy 11 feet because that's less than that. However, I cannot buy 71 pieces of chicken. So yes, this was a very long problem, but you should have 3 answer choices. Alright, solve the inequality. Alright, so we're going to solve this the same way we would a normal problem, subtracting 37 on both sides. I have negative 5x is greater than negative 35, divide by negative 5 on both sides. This goes away, I have x, negative 35 divided by negative 5 is positive 7. Now, since we divided by a negative, you must flip your inequality sign to make it go the other direction. So I should have x is less than 7. Here is another one. Add 15 to both sides. Negative 1/3 x is greater than 12. Divide by negative 1/3 on both sides. This goes away. I have x. This is negative 36. Again, I am dividing by a negative, so I need to flip my inequality sign the other direction. So x is less than negative 36. Which number line shows the solution to the inequality? 3t minus 12 is less than or equal to 9. Let's add 12 to both sides. I have 3t is less than or equal to negative 21. Divide both sides by 3. Now here I'm dividing by 3, however, my 3 is positive, so I do not need to flip my sign. So the correct answer here is going to be B, because I want my arrow, my little inequality point is facing to the left, right? Which means that's the direction I want my arrow to be facing as well. And since this has a line underneath it, my circle is closed. Alright, Nathan is saving money to buy a new skateboard and gear. He needs to save up more than $190. So he needs more than $190.44. Nathan has saved $60.20 so far, and he wants to save an equal amount for 5 weeks. Now, if we were to solve this, all of these answer choices say $26.05, right? Which means that he has to save $26.05 each week. So I know that x has to be bigger than $26.05. So x is greater than $26.05. Notice my arrow is pointing that direction, which is where my inequality sign is facing, right? And I have an open dot, which is what I'm looking for because I have a greater than symbol. So I want my dot to be open. Alright, Regina wants to spend, has $15 to spend on a ride home. Oops, sorry, this should say 15. Lots of typos, I apologize. From the airport. The service charge is based on mileage. Regina wants to make sure that she gives the driver a $3 tip. The following inequality represents the cost of her trip, where M represents the number of miles. Which answer correctly interprets the inequality? Now, all you need to look at here is our inequality sign, which is less than or equal to, right? So if it's less than or equal to, that means that this left side of my inequality cannot be bigger than 15, right? If it is 16, I don't have enough money. If it's 14, I have enough money. If it's 15, I have enough money, which means that Regina's ride must be at most 36 miles. Okay, all of these answer choices say 36, so I'm not paying attention to the number, I'm paying attention to what is said right before it. Okay, so it must be at most 36 miles. Again, here's the same type of problem where I don't really care about solving this inequality because I know that the answer is actually, sorry, I do care. I didn't notice that these were different. So let's subtract this really quick. 15h is greater than 405 minus 30 is 375 divided by 15. So if I have 375 divided by 15, this is going to give me h is greater than 25. Perfect. So that means both of those are out because I have 25. Now, the inequality sign is greater than, right, which means I need to work more than 25 hours because it's greater than, more than. All right, we want to know which inequality matches the situation. Well, 14x tells me I want $14 per, so all of these are good. Now notice this 20 is minus 20, which means money is being taken away. So if I'm getting a bonus, that is not subtracting $20. Again, bonuses are not people taking money away from you. That's money you get, right? That's not what we're looking for. And so his pay is being reduced by 20. That's what we're looking for. And then it says making his paycheck at least $215 or making it less than $215. Well, this inequality sign right here reads less than. So I want to pick the one that says less than. So Jim makes $14 per hour and his pay gets reduced by $20, making his paycheck less than $215. And this is the last one. Which of the following word problems can be solved using the inequality 3x plus 15 is greater than 62? So here what you're looking for is a positive 15, a number that is next to the 3 that tells me either I have the word every, per, something like that that tells me I'm gaining multiple of 3's, and 62 as kind of like a total, a cutoff. So A works here. Jackie wants to save at least $62 to buy a new video game. She has 15 and will save $3 every week. Perfect. B for Duncan, this one will also work. Okay, because it says Duncan has 15 postage stamps and he's going to collect 3 each month. We want to know how many months he has to save up to 62. That one works. Christy, we want to know, she has a maximum weight of 62 ounces. If the package already weighs 15 ounces, how many 3-ounce ornaments can Christy place in the package? This one does not work because the package having a maximum weight of 62 ounces does not make sense. And Iggy, this very bottom one, will also work. Okay, she has 15 points, receives 3 points for each question that she gets correct, and we want to know how many will be greater than or equal to 62. That's exactly what this is, greater than or equal to, so those 3 are the ones that will work. Alright, that is all I have. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if you'd like another attempt or another try on this exam. If you do, send me an email or a course message and I'll be able to clone it for you and let you know what problems to skip. Other than that, thank you for watching and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!